Sweating like a cow, man. Fitting, considering we're about to talk about Cattle Decapitation's new album, Monolith of Inhumanity, which is coming out, well, today. And Coverkillernation is, of course, a fantastic day for metal. It's a very warm day for metal in my corner of the globe. Storms are in the area, things are about to get crazy, and how fitting of an album to talk about whenever things are about to get crazy, considering this is just some insane death grind for your ears. And this is actually a death grind band that has a cause. They have a message, they have a meaning to them, instead of just using it to inhibit as much pain or to talk about as much violence as humanly possible. This is a band that is very much aware about animal rights and things of that nature, but you guys already know that if you guys are watching this video, so why am I boring you to death with things that you know? What about the album itself? The album itself is pretty damn pulverizing. The one good part about a band like Cattle Decapitation, as opposed to other members of this death grind family, is the fact that these are songs that are not necessarily going to be restrictive in length. They're not going to be short little tracks. Instead, they're going to be a little bit longer, almost like your traditional single for a pop song, either that or a little bit longer than that. So they're kind of taking what I would consider to be the aborted approach with their version of death grind, and they are trying to construct full songs that are able to have longer durations of brutality, as opposed to just sticking with the short and sweet formula. So that's something that's also made Cattle Decapitation a little bit more, I guess, I don't want to use the word mainstream, because that's just the wrong and incorrect word to use, but maybe more beloved, more respected amongst the death grind population, amongst the community that of fans that exist within. Now, with this particular album, it's not unlike many from the past. However, they have parted ways with one of their founding members, and so there are only 2 remaining members that are still vegetarian. It does not affect the music whatsoever, though. This is still brutal stuff. This is absolutely gory stuff. And it's presented in a very unadulterated fashion. It's presented in a way where there are no chances for a slowdown period, a cool-off period. They are here to absolutely destroy you and your speakers from the moment that this album starts up to the moment that it finishes. And that's the only fitting way in which it should be done. The one thing I've noticed is that there seems to be a theme of suicide amongst the song titles and amid some of the lyrics and some of the random snippets that you get, whether it be from movies or just, little things that they've created within the songs. And I think some people may misconstrue the whole concept of suicide, and it's more to do with the cause and everything like that, where suicide would almost be it's the option that should be done and used by a lot of humans if they knew the torture that they put animals through. So it's kind of a unique take on the whole suicide concept as heard in music. It's not something that you see every day. And because of that, this is a theme that may be explored and explored incorrectly. So just to kind of clear that up, that might not even be the truth. I might even be looking into this too deeply and in a completely different direction. But musically, this is just a sonic ear bleed fest, so to speak. I know I just combined a couple of words together to bastardize a word of my own, but it's the best way to really describe it. You have very, very deep clitoral vocals that are going over, very, very harsh blast beats, and, just your traditional death metal riffing with, there's just a lot going on here that is really, really inhibits brutality and really inhibits a lot of destruction. So this is something that would be kind of really cool to hear live. Now, some people may think that this is kind of bordering on getting a little close to core, but it is nowhere close. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, if someone who listens to core listens to Cattle Decapitation, it's because it's something different from what they traditionally listen to. And if they're lumping them into the core category, then they are core stupid. But this is a pretty good album. I really enjoyed this release. It's something that you really have to prepare all aspects of yourself for. You have to really prepare your mind. You have to really prepare your bowels. You have to prepare your shit. You have to prepare your piss. You have to prepare your vomit. Anything that's coming out of any orifice, you pretty much should prepare for this record. Else it's going to take you by surprise and you will not be able to control yourself. So I have to give this album a solid 7.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed what I heard on this release. There's just certain aspects of this album, like a lot of albums in this genre, that I just find to be a little tedious, and kind of just find myself thinking to myself, you know, this is pretty damn good, but it's, you know, only pretty damn good. It's not something that's absolutely great or blowing me away. This is something that I'll get a couple more repeated lessons, but it's not something that I'm going to remember 20 years down the line. And, you know, I just spent a lot of time praising this album, and now it almost seems like I'm damning it, but it's just kind of the way which I felt afterwards, you know, after the experience is over. It's not something that's increasingly memorable. It just strikes me as another great album from a very consistent band, and that's all the compliment that really needs to be paid. So, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Cover Killer Nation, stick around where next time we will be talking about another album review, so stay tuned.